Well, it's not like I'm
going to
be
pay
absolutely
in a way for a Disney movie. It was kind of
We didn't. We made them very nervous, obviously.
Is the voice actor stage a fun one for you guys? Because it strikes me as this is the one time where somebody else is creating something. Is that, Jorge, what was that stage like for you?
It was terrifying for me in the
Why
beginning.
that?
Well, again, Guillermo, you know, one of the first guys we recorded was Ron Perlman, and he did a number on me. He's like, Ron's going to push you around. He's going to challenge you. He's going to yell at you, and you have to stand up to him. Yeah, it's all, you know, it's going to be like a cockfight between you two, and you have to kill him in front of everyone. So I was like, oh my God, this is going to be crazy. So I go to the record, and I'm shaking. And Ron was a sweetheart, the nicest guy in the universe.
Seems like Guillermo tries to mess with you a lot.
A lot, yeah.
You went to director boot camp, man.
Yeah, it was, but the actors, I mean, it was amazing. You think you know who the character is, and you think you know what the lines are. You think you know all these moments, but then the moment they make it their own, there was these like foundation shakes during our records where we went, holy crap, this is so much better than anything we imagined. And you know, Channing Tatum, for example, was someone that
you guys have both
like he's so funny. He was just it definitely changed. I was looking forward to it, and I was really nervous, but I had no idea how creative that part of it was.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's the only aspect of animation that has any spontaneity to it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so sometimes what we'd like to do is, if they're available, if their schedules permit, we'll get actors together in the room if they have scenes that and just allow them to banter and shape it and go off script if they want to. And I think every actor has a different style. Like Jay Baruchel, for example, loves to stay in Montreal. He's very much the character. Anyway, so he's much more comfortable if he can just do it via ISDN from Montreal, and show up in a t-shirt and shorts and just perform the lines. And he knows the character so well that he'll glance at the script and I'll say, okay, for this I was thinking, I got it. And could you just try? I got it. Like always, he knows the direction before I can even get it out of my mouth. Whereas recording Cate Blanchett, that was kind of an intimidating experience.
Yeah, what
for me
was that
because,
like?
Well, I've wanted to work with her since I saw her in Elizabeth, and flew down to Australia and sitting in a sound booth with her, and she wants to know everything about this character, and so she reads the lines to herself, and then she'll say, okay, now tell me the backstory, tell me what's going on, what's my subtext here, and we would really get into these conversations. I'm not sure she would say this, and maybe she should say it this way, and this doesn't roll off the tongue. And so it was they were challenging recording sessions because I had to be thinking on my feet and making alterations with her, but she felt so much more invested when we had those conversations and when we made those alterations. And she knew the character, and I just kind of had to keep in step with her.
Because that's the thing is you don't want it to be just a job for them, just to come in, punch a clock, and say these lines and then leave. That's not what's going to get you a great animated performance. You want that investment that you're talking about, and we had a similar experience, and where you let them run. You know, here's the script, and here's the storyboard. You walk them through it, but anytime you want to add anything, take it and run with it. And we're very lucky to have people like T.J. Miller and Damon Wayans Jr. and Genesis, and actually all of them, to an actor, were very good at sort of improvising, and that stuff is like Dean said, it's tough to get spontaneity in an animated film because of just the structure of how we make them. But that is one of the areas where you can encourage it and really get some gems.
Yeah, and we had. We were able to get Chris Pratt, Elizabeth Banks, and Will Arnett together on 4 or 5 different occasions, and they would look forward to it because they like to play with each other, and it's so much more natural and less canned sounding. And then, earlier when we did Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, we would cut out breaths or things just to sort of make it feel a little bit cleaner, and then we realized it was a horrible mistake, and that we should have been just embracing the sort of imperfections of it because it made it fun. We even got Will Ferrell in Los Angeles and Liam Neeson in New York to do a scene together over the phone, because it really is so much better when they have someone to play off of, because if you're just alone in a booth and you have to imagine everything, for an actor it's really hard. I mean, already it's hard because if you're shooting a movie and you're in a pirate ship in the rain, you show up to set and there's a pirate ship and it's raining.
Right.
And here you have, as the director, you have to be like, okay, you're on a pirate ship.
Close your eyes. And
Close your eyes,
Right.
and don't forget the rain's coming down, and then, oh, it's rocking, and all the things that you would react to naturally in a movie aren't there. And so, you know, they have to use their imagination so much. If you can get someone else for them to play with, it's so much better.
Yeah, it made a huge difference for us because one of the early sessions we were lucky enough to get Nick Frost and Richard Iowata together in the same room for Trout and Pickles, and yeah, it just immediate chemistry, and they, like you guys are saying, I mean, they just took the character, they riffed on things that even we weren't reading into the script lines we had written, that they just brought things out that just made it so much more fun. And it was part of the reason at the end of our film, where we have that little bit at the end credits, was we had so many like gold nuggets that we actually couldn't fit into the film because, you know, half of Richard Iowata's humor is that he has incredibly long pauses before he says something else. Like we were always cutting him off by accident, where we thought, okay, that takes done moving, and then he says another line. You're, oh, you know, it's still going.
Right.
And so that was an opportunity to at least use some of that like beautiful chemistry those two had, but it made all the difference that they got to start out together, figure out those characters together, and then, you know, subsequent sessions where they were on their own, they'd at least had that rhythm to kind of build, and they knew where to take it from there.
The alternative's terrible because the actor has to then sit in the booth with me, and I have to play every otother character.
Yeah.
As I actually don't sit behind the glass. I'm always in there with the actors, and so they can get immediate reaction. But I'm a terrible actor, so it's great if you can get another real actor in there where they can step on each other's lines and mess it up a bit.